I made 121k trading Forex this month, and I documented every single live trade that I took on my second channel. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how I did it, showing you the withdrawal proof, and most importantly, the market mechanics strategy that's helped me go from making $0 a month to now making over 6 figures in just 1 month. So we are on IG's website right now. By the way, IG is a licensed and regulated broker. It's not some shady, unregulated broker where I can just manipulate the account size. No, this is a live account with a licensed and regulated broker. And right here, we have my multi 6 figures live account. As you can see right here, it says server live, and I've blurred out my account details for privacy purposes. I've also blurred out my account size because it's just much nicer when the number is at 7 figures. Right now it's still multi 6 figures. So let me just click this button right here to withdraw funds. As you can see right here, withdraw funds, and this is where I will be able to withdraw my money through bank transfer. Okay, so click on this right here. You can say 1 to 3 working days. This is where I want to withdraw. Let's withdraw 90k, right? I have a rule where it says that I have to leave a certain amount of my profits in my account for it to compound. So yeah, I'm just gonna withdraw some of it. Actually, let's withdraw 104k. Because I gotta buy my mom a new bag. Alright, so yeah, let me just click on this withdraw button right here. And boom, there we have it. Withdrawal is complete. We will process your request within 1 working day. It may take longer for the funds to reach your account. You can see right here, this is my bank account. This is the amount that we have withdrawn so far. It's been 24 hours and the money has finally arrived in my bank account. As you can see right here, quick little 104k withdrawal, and this is my bank account number, which you can see is the exact same number that we have on the IG statement, right? 9779 9779 as well, and you can see this is the 104k withdrawal. Right, this is literally the most transparent trading video on YouTube ever. Once again, this is not a flex, it's just proof that market mechanics trading strategies work. And yeah, this is what happens when you show up every single day without fail for the past 6 years straight. So that's the withdrawal proof. But it's not just about the money, it's about the process behind it. Numbers themselves don't tell you the whole story. Which is why before I start breaking down every single trade that I take, I wanted to show you my trading journal for transparency purposes. This is where I record down every single trade that I take, both wins and losses, and this is really how I hold myself accountable to my trade plan and refine and improve my trade plan. Every single entry in my journal records down my entry confluences and the main lessons that I've learned from each trade. Like, this is genuinely my secret sauce, honestly. What I do is that I just come in here and review my trades every single month and also every single quarter, and just find out what's working and what's not working, and just continuously improve my trade plan. Like, for example, on this trade that I took on GJ, I lost about 1% of my capital. I paid a price to the market because I was too greedy and I was too emotional. Right now, I'm going to break down every single trade that I took this month so you can get an insight to how a professional trader managing multi 6 figures actually think and analyze the chart in real time. If you watch this video from the start to the end, you will learn about my market mechanics strategy from top to bottom. With that said, let's start off with the biggest trade this year. In fact, this is the most amount of money I've ever made on one trade. So this was a trade on GPUSD. So what happened was that the higher time frame was bearish, right? Because C price creating lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And price has just mitigated some form of unmitigated demand zone that we have on the left hand side over here, as you can see right here. So what happened is that the minute price mitigated, I know for a fact that price is going to start pulling back since it had just created like an internal break of structure to the downside. So what happened was that I went down to the lower time frame. I went down to my 15-minute time frame to be very, very precise. And I pretty much identified a fractal market shift, right? So as you can see right here, this was the pullback, right? Price turned bullish to facilitate that pullback. And where did price pull back to? It pulled back to this little supply zone that we have on the left-hand side. The minute we got that supply zone mitigation right here, and it gave us a fractal market shift, which tell us that the internal order flow is starting to shift bearish. That is where we could start identifying our flip zone, right? So we got a flip zone right here. And then we didn't just enter upon flip zone mitigation. We entered when price has took out liquidity above this swing high right here, above this inducement. So let me just show you my entry on the 5-minute time frame, then it'll be much more clearer, right? So what happened right here was that you can see after this fractal market shift, we got a flip zone being formed, right? There was a failed reaction right here, because if this demand zone right here were to do its job, price will pretty much come up here and take out this high and continue creating higher highs and higher lows. But that did not happen. What happened was that we got a failed reaction right here, which created a flip zone. And now we're just waiting for price to mitigate the flip zone. But I don't usually enter on a flip zone. I will only enter on a flip zone if it swept some form of liquidity, right? So what happened was that price pulled back to this flip zone right here. I did not really enter because I know there was liquidity above this swing high right here. But then it has not been taken out yet. So I waited for price to go up here again. And this time around, it actually swept the liquidity above this swing high right here, right? Which is what I called my push inducement. And then it also swept the liquidity above these equal highs right here on the 1 minute time frame, right? This inducement right here. So now I got my push inducement and my pull inducement swept. That is where I make my entry right there on the flip zone. So you might not know what are push and pull inducement, because these are some inside terms that I use with my students inside the 1% club. But basically just know that they are just inducement, right? Just generating available liquidity above these swing highs right here. So we know that all the retail traders who enter for sell here or sell here, they are placing their stop loss above these highs, right? So once again, just generating available liquidity. So I didn't want to be a victim of liquidity, so I just waited for price to swap all this liquidity and make that real move, that sharp V-shaped reaction, before I actually make my entry right here. So I then pretty much place my take profit at the next 15-minute unmitigated demand zone, right? It would have been right here if I was being conservative. Yeah, but because of the fact that news actually came out like a few hours later after I entered into the trade, I knew that this could either go well or it can either go extremely terribly wrong. Just to show you my reaction before the news come out, here's a short little clip that I took. So right now NFP is about to come out in 3, 2, 1, boom! Let's fucking go. This is what you should not do, guys. This is what you should not do. Honestly, we kind of got lucky with this one, boys. Now, I personally don't trade the news because of the fact that there is a lot of manipulation when a high impact news come out, right? Sometimes we can have like a whipsaw effect where price just goes up 100 pips and then start going down. But in this case right here, I was already in an existing position, right? So what I usually do is that I actually move my stop loss to make it a little bit tighter, right? So that if the news go against me, price start going against me, I get stopped out and I still lose about 1%, right? But if the news go in my way, then yeah, I can hit my TP very, very fast. In this case, I got quite lucky and the news actually went down in my way and hit my TP after it swept some form of liquidity that we have above this swing high, which is actually my entry as well, right? And it also mitigated like this extreme zone that we have right here at the protected high. So yeah, we got lucky with this one, but overall, I think this was a very good trade with a very nice sniper entry, 1:10 risk to reward ratio. By the way, if you look at my profit screenshot, you might see that I'm using a very big lot size, like a 10 lot size, and you might think that, oh, Brad is over leveraging. No, bro, I'm just risking 1% of my trading account, because I have a multi 6 figures account, and when I risk 1%, that's already 5k. So if I win the trade, I could make upwards to 40k or even 30k or even 20k, depending on my R multiple. And I always keep my risk consistent, right? So no matter what, I'm risking 0.5% to 1% per trade. So even if I lose, my loss is never ever more than $5,000. Because the truth is, consistent action leads to consistent profits. With that said, let's move on to the second trade, which was on Euro USD. This was a trade that I made 21k on, right? And I think this was a very decent trade. We didn't got the best entry. No, actually got a pretty decent entry, now that I think about it. Okay, so what happened was that price was bullish right here on a higher time frame, but it had just mitigated some form of supply zone that we have on the left hand side right here, right? And that is where we know that, okay, this pullback is about to be over, and right now price is about to continue with the higher time frame bearish order flow, right? So that is where I jumped down to the lower time frame, and I saw that, okay, over here we managed to got our market shift right here. Okay, so nice little market shift. After the market shift happened, what happened was that price actually made a pullback to this extreme zone that we have right here. And this was like an extreme zone that I actually marked up, if you can see on the 5-minute time frame right here, right? So this was like a very refined zone. I believe I marked this out on a 1-minute time frame actually. But yeah, this was a very refined extreme zone, really that last line of defense for price to continue bearish, right? So what I did was that I waited for price to actually come up there, swap the liquidity once again from my pull and push inducements. And then once that happened, I actually entered the trade upon the extreme zone mitigation right here. So if you jump down to the 1 minute time frame, you can see this was literally my entry right here upon the extreme zone mitigation. Place my stop loss above the extreme zone right here, and as you can see, I made sure that I place my stop loss like a few pips above the extreme zone, right above this swing high right here. I don't make it super tight just like this, because if I do, I would have been stopped out right here. So you also need to understand where liquidity is so that you can actually place your stop loss correctly, right? So what happened right here was that price started going in my way, but then after price like went to my TP halfway through, it started reversing against me and it started going into the red again, right? My trade started going back to drawdown. So this kind of like messed with me psychologically, because I was up about 10k and it just started going against me, and now I'm like down 3k. But once again, I always make sure that I trust my analysis and I just let the trade play out, because I know that I've done my research, I've done my preparation, and I place my stop loss in the correct place, right? So there's no use micromanaging and worrying about things that is outside of my control. So I just continue holding the trade, and lo and behold, price actually went down. But then guess what? Goddamn market start reversing against me again, going into drawdown. But then it finally went down and hit my TP after a few hours or so. So this was actually like a very decent trade that taught me a lot about patience. I honestly thought that price would just start going down to my TP after it swept both the push and pull inducements. But sometimes there's just insufficient liquidity and the market needs to grab more liquidity before they can make that real move, right? So that is why price come out there, sweep the liquidity from these highs right here before we started going down. And then once price is down here, there was still insufficient liquidity, so you had to mitigate this supply that we have right here, and then more supply stepped into the market and caused price to step down into the market and just push price all the way down to our demand zone on a 15-minute time frame, which is where I actually place my take profit, right? And you can see price pretty much just ended up continuing, right, with the higher time frame bearish order flow. Now the next trade that I want to show you is actually a loss on GJ, right? So what happened was that I actually got a little bit like overconfident and a little bit euphoric. Like I start thinking that I'm on top of the world, I'm the best trader since I've made like 50k on one trade, right? So what happened was that, yup, even though on this trade I executed according to my plan, but I did not wait for confirmation, right? Because of this like euphoric feeling, and I think that I know it all, I just did not wait for confirmation. And the thing you guys must understand is that just because I've been trading for 6 years doesn't mean that I'm a robot now and I completely 100% eliminate all my emotions. No, sometimes I still get emotions, I still feel emotions. You feel fear, I feel fear. You feel greed, I feel greed as well. You feel FOMO, I feel FOMO as well. But the thing is that I've learned to manage them much more better now. I've learned to be aware when they arise and stop myself from committing stupid shit, right? So what happened was that the minute I took a loss on this trade, I just pretty much stopped and I just journaled down, and I realized that, you know what, my gut feeling knew that this was not profitable since I was trading against the internal bearish order flow, and price action was literally showing very clear signs that price is just gonna blast through my stop loss, but I just still enter into the trade because once again I think that I'm the shit, right? And also another thing was bottom, right? On this day there was no clear opportunities in the market, and then it caused me to force trades and take low quality setups here. So I wrote down some key lessons. Only enter when there's a clear sign there's an internal shift in order flow, right? Because you only want to enter when a market is screaming at you that, bro, like you should enter into the market. But at the same time, what I mean is that like you don't want to be entered due to FOMO, right? You want to enter where pretty much all the boxes in your trade plan has been checked off, right? And you know for a fact that it's going to be like a high probability setup. In this case, it was a low quality setup because what happened was that right here we tried to enter for a buy when the internal order flow is just still bearish, right? So as a result, price just blushed through my stop loss. Yeah, but I've just accepted the fact that losses are inevitable and they're part of the game, and it's only a loss if you don't actually learn from it. So yeah, I make sure I journal every single loss so that I can actually learn from it so I don't make the same mistake twice. Now, it's one thing for me to show you my trades, but what really excites me is seeing the wins from my students from the 1% club. So let me just show you some of their recent results so you can see what's possible with this strategy. Since you're waiting for price to hit our TP, let's go and see what our best students are doing, right? You guys might be wondering, how is Mustafa doing? How is Samudin doing? How is Syed and Amir doing? Alright, so let me just show you guys. So this is the 1% Club community, and if I go to the win section, you can see every single day people are winning trades. People are showcasing their trades hitting TP. People are making money. By the way, like this literally goes on every single day. Like you can see, this is all 24 hours ago, 14 hours ago, 24 hours, 21 hours ago, 2 days ago, 1 day ago. Every single day we have like thousands and thousands of students hitting TP and passing funding challenges and getting payouts. Yeah, as you can see right here. So yeah, let's go and look at, firstly, maybe let's check out on Samudin right here. Okay, so let me just go check Samudin. How is my boy doing? Right, Samudin right here, he was an waiter in Italy, and just 3 days ago he posted that he has passed a 200k funding challenge and he made 37k in 2 days. Absolute madness. This guy makes more money than the mentor himself, bro. What the fuck? Absolutely crazy. 37.5k in 2 days. Goddamn, Samudin, I'm goddamn proud of you. Next, maybe let's check out on how's Amir doing, right? Amir, so let's just go Amir. Yep, this is Amir's profile. Just last year, right? Just December alone, he closed 50k in combined profits, right? Ending off the year with a huge win. That is absolutely insane. Just to see, yeah. Bro, I want to show you guys something. This is so goddamn cute, bro. Look at him. Withdrawing the profits that he made from trading after joining the 1% Club. This is absolutely crazy. Santa Amir is in town, bro. Let's look at what's going on with Syed, right? Syed was actually like only making about 7.5k. But then let's look at how he's doing. I'm actually like communicating with him every single day. That's why, like, when you guys join the 1% Club, you also get like access to me personally, right? As you can see, I was just asking like how's his new account going, because he got like this challenge of turning 10k to 100k. So the last time I checked out on him, he make like 5.6k on that day, and then over the next few days, yeah, just yesterday, yeah, wait, this is yesterday, right? Yep, yesterday alone, he makes 16.7k. Right, and his account started with 10k and now he's at 41.6k. So he's like halfway through his goal. Now his goal is to turn 10k to 100k, and right now he's already at 41.6k. Right, that is absolutely insane. So yeah, these students are just absolutely crushing it. Just to show that they ain't just one trick pony, right? They didn't just got lucky with all these profits right here. They managed to become consistently profitable 6-figure traders. And really kudos to them, because they work hard. All we did was to give them the blueprint to succeed. They went out there and actually hunt for the treasure. Before we forgot, let's just check on one more student as well, Mustafa here. This guy turned $200 into 200k in funding, right? He's like the king of funding challenges in 1% Club. Right, so let me just go and check out on him. Mustafa, my boy. There we go. Upcoming money printing machine. So it seems like, bro, this guy just got another 100k account. What is going on? I don't even know how many 100k funding accounts he got right now. Jesus Christ. Love to see that, man. Love to see that. I think he's like funded with like 300k right now at the moment or some shit. Too many 100k funded accounts, bro. I know what you guys might think. You guys might think that these guys were like experienced traders before joining the 1% Club. That's why they made so much money. No, just read these posts. In 1st November 2023, that is when Samudin started trading. He knew absolutely nothing about trading whatsoever. After he joined the 1% Club, 1 year later, he became a 6-figure trader, and he's making a ton of money every single month, right? Once again, you can see this just shows his improvement over time. You know, he was losing a bunch of money, but then after really started to learn how to trade mechanically, bro improved like crazy and just getting crazy results right now, man. So proud of these people right here. Once again, just to show you guys that it's not just this special bunch of people. Just look at this. These are average guys, right? Which were probably in like a worse position than you are in right now, who knew absolutely nothing about trading, who were losing a shit ton of money, and then they join a 1% Club and they start seeing amazing results. They are crushing it. They know how to analyze charts. They are passing funding challenges. They are getting payouts. Their trades are finally hitting TP. They are no longer getting stopped out. They went from knowing nothing about the markets and constantly getting stopped out to hitting higher risk reward trades as though it's absolutely nothing. Once again, I can go on and on, just show you guys like 1,000 pages. You can see there's 80 pages. Look at this, 80 pages, not even 80, there's like, I don't know, wait, let me just see. There's over like 2,400 wins, right? Just imagine this, 2,400 plus posts about people hitting TPs, people making money, people just absolutely crushing it in the markets. Man, I'm just damn satisfied that I built a great product, man. Crazy, right? Like, seeing those wins just reminds me why I do this. To be honest with you, like, making money alone is not fun. It's 10 times more fulfilling helping others level up. That's why I do these videos. With that said, let's just jump back into the live trade breakdown so I can walk you through exactly how I approach these setups and how you can do the same. So the next trade was a quick little scalp on GJ that made me about 15.4k. I think this was a very beautiful trade in my opinion, right? So what happened was that price was actually coming down and mitigating this flip zone that led to this market shift. Flip zone that swept liquidity once again right here. So the minute price actually mitigated that flip plus sweep zone, I noticed a bunch of demand stepping into the market, right? But I wanted more confirmation because after all, the internal order flow is still bearish, right? Remember the last mistake that we made, right? We traded against the internal bearish order flow and we paid our price to the market. So I made sure that that same thing doesn't happen to me. So what I waited was price to actually create some form of market shift first to confirm to me this pullback is over, and right now order flow is shifting bullish, at least for the short term, right? So what happened was that, yep, we got a market shift and then we got price turning bullish on the internal structure. And then what happened was that we just waited for price to pull back to this demand zone right here, or flip zone, whatever, and waited for price to swap the liquidity from this swing low right here, and there we made our beautiful entry. Man, I just can't get over how beautiful this entry is. Like just look at this. Like, honestly, it could have been much better. I could have entered right here and then placed my stop loss below this low. But the thing is, I don't catch sniper entries all the time, alright? Most of my trades are either 1:3 risk to reward or 1:5 risk to reward, or sometimes even 1:10. But most of the time, it's just like these bread and butter setups that make me feel good, you know. But yeah, this was a quick little 1:3, 1:2.5 R trade right here. We pretty much placed take profit at the 15-minute swing high because I couldn't assume that the structure is shifting bullish yet until price took out this high, right? So yeah, I had to be conservative when it comes to my take profit, place it at this last swing high right here, at this supply right here, and I think, yeah, I did quite well on this trade. You don't got greedy and try to move my take profit all the way up here. No, I stick to my plan and I took profit. Okay, so for the next two trades, which I'm going to show you on EU, what happened was that I actually lost the first one and then I end up winning the next one, both on the same day. And I know when you look at this, your mind's like, oh bro, what is this awful, ugly, messy chart? Dude, trust me, this is not me usually. Like, usually I have chart OCD, so I make sure that my charts are as clean as possible. But you know, like when price starts like getting choppy and you don't even realize the fact that you are in a chop, yeah, this is just one of those scenarios, right? So it is what it is. It is what it is, right? So what happened was that, okay, after this internal break of structure, I see price actually mitigating some form of supply that we have on the left hand side right here, and I thought that price was going to continue bearish, right, immediately. But obviously the market is just the market. After it mitigated this zone right here, it came down and it came up there, tapped into this other supply zone, liquidity zone, and then did a sharp V-shaped reaction right here. So when it did that, I was so convinced that right now we are about to go, right? Because just look at the amount of liquidity right here. Look at the amount of imbalance. There was a lot of supply momentum. There's a lot of selling momentum, right? So I really did not expect to get stuck in this consolidation for like a few hours or a few days, right? So what happened was that I tried to actually enter for a sell because, like I said, after such a sharp move to the downside and price pulling back to this flip zone, I waited for price to swap liquidity right here and I entered right here. Let me just show you the entry on the 1 minute time frame. You will see it's a goddamn beautiful entry actually, right? This was actually a very, very good trade that I executed according to my plan. Okay, so once again, apologies for the mess, but yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So yeah, we got a market shift right here, which tells us that, okay, this consolidation could perhaps be over, and I also waited for price to sweep the liquidity above the swing highs here as well. And then the minute price started turning bearish, I waited for price to pull back to this little supply zone that swept liquidity, and I entered for my trade right here. No, actually somewhere right around here. Bro, like, look at how beautiful this entry is. This is pinpoint precision. The minute I entered for the trade, boom, price started going down. Started going down, obviously, your boy is happy. And then price starts pulling back to this supply zone, which I expect it to, because it's just the concept of order flow. Range, initiation, mitigation, and continuation. So the minute price come all the way down here, boom, bro. I was good, man. I was good, bro. But the thing is, I have placed my take profit at this extreme zone right here. And guess what? I went to sleep. Alright, so I went to sleep. So this was where I went to sleep, right? Let me see, what time is it? Yeah, this is about 10 p.m. Yeah, around here. Okay, so I went to sleep around this timing right here, thinking that I'm gonna wake up to the trade hitting my TP. Okay, but the market is the market. It started reversing against me while I was sleeping, while I was having sweet dreams, and just went up there and stopped me out. So I woke up and I look at my MetaTrader 4 and I was like, did I just lose this trade? I'm pretty sure I was up like 15k last night, right? You know, right? I'm pretty sure you experienced that same thing at some point of your trading career. But yeah, woke up and I look back at this trade and I realized what I did wrong. I was not conservative when it comes to my TP, right? Because what happened was that right here, there was a lot of imbalance, right? There was a lot of liquidity, right? You can see there was sharp V-shaped reaction right here, which indicate to us that lots of demand stepped into the market right here and caused price to push up. So this is where I should have targeted, right? I should have targeted this imbalance right here, or this long wick right here at the end of this. Because right here, price is just filling up the inefficiency in the market, and right now the market is efficient. It's just going to go back into this consolidation, which it did, right? Just continue oscillating between premium and discount prices. So yeah, I eat the loss, I bite the loss, I move on. I don't sit there and sulk thinking about how my sweet dreams turn out to be a horrendous nightmare. I move on, all right? Life goes on. So what happened was that I continue analyzing the charts, and then boom, I realized that price was in a goddamn consolidation. Finally opened my eyes and saw that, right? And realized that it was kind of like a mistake to be trading in here. Yeah, but I honestly felt like price could have just went down here, but yeah, the market is the market, right? So what happened was that like one day later, I was trading during the New York session, and then I saw some form of confluence to actually enter for the trade, right? I saw price actually mitigated this demand right here, and it also swept some liquidity that we have below this low right here. And this is where I saw this pullback, or rather this little short downtrend is shifting and it's reversing to becoming an uptrend. So I just quickly took advantage of that and just entered right here. This was like honestly like a very quick scalp, because I knew that price was gonna reverse somewhere around this supply, and I didn't want to hold it for too long, right? So I just get in here and get out very, very fast, right? I had no expectation on this trade whatsoever. You can see this trade wasn't a good entry, right? It was like a very mediocre entry, to be honest. Like, you kind of entered a little bit too late. But yeah, like, I just got a gut feeling, because sometimes I trade a little bit discretionary, and I could just see that price was gravitating towards this supply right here, and there was a lot of imbalance in price, a lot of bullish momentum, right? So yeah, the price action trader within me just jumped in and yeah, take profit at this supply right here. Now, in my opinion, this was like a 5 out of 10 trade, because I didn't have the best entry, but like I said, we can't catch sniper entries all the time, right? We are here to make money. We are not here to get 1:50R trades and then just lose money. Now, the next trade was actually on gold, right? This was a big trade, big boy trade that we made about 28k on. We actually risked 2% on this trade instead of the usual 1%, right? Because honestly, I really wanted to hit that 100k goal, and I knew I was like so close to it. So yeah, my risk tolerance, my risk appetite said that it's okay to risk 2%, so I went ahead and do it, right? Because even if I lose it, I'm just losing a portion of my profits, right? So what happened was that over here, you can see, I really observed the order flow a lot, right? Because I look at order flow as like the heartbeat of the market. It's the ebbs and flows of the market. So you can see the order flow right here was bullish, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And then price shifted bearish right here. The minute we got like a market shift, which tells that the internal order flow have shifted bearish. Okay, cool. So what we have right here, a flip zone right here. Okay, flip zone, that swept liquidity. Okay, so let me just move this right here. Sweep zone, swept liquidity, flip plus sweep zone. Okay, cool. And then price mitigated that flip plus sweep zone right here. Boom, started going down. And also this internal breakout structure confirmed to us that the order flow have indeed shifted bearish. And this was not just like a liquidity sweep for price to go up even further. So we jumped in after, you know, price gave us a flip plus sweep zone right here. After price mitigated the flip plus sweep zone, and he also gave us our market shift, right? Once again, this is not the best entry, right? Could have entered right here. But I guess I'm just waiting for further confirmation to tell me that the order flow has indeed like shifted bearish and price is not just gonna like go up like this, right? So I waited for like a clear market shift, clear shift in structure, enter for a sell right here, and pretty much targeted this 15-minute demand right here that swept liquidity right here, right? So yeah, pretty simple trade right here, nothing too crazy, usual market mechanics trade right here. But yeah, this was a very good execution. So the final trade that I want to talk about is this EU short where I made about 4.6k if I'm not wrong. This was actually the first trade of the year, but I left it for the last because this was not a win that I was proud of, to be completely honest with you. Because I've literally just came off Christmas holidays and I was just trying to recover from the brain fog from eating all the junk food during the festive season. And as a result, I wasn't making the best trading decisions, right? And you can see this was literally a 1:1 risk to reward ratio trade, which I never ever do, right? Because I'm not some Donvo, which I never ever do because I'm not Donvo. And yeah, what happened was that, yeah, like I still end up winning it, but I was just not proud of it, right? It was just not a good entry whatsoever. Could have gotten a much better entry. You can see how shit this entry was. 1:1 trade. But yeah, I was honestly just trying to get the ball rolling and gain some momentum for the entire month. So yeah, the first trade, it was not perfect, but it helped me to really get some momentum and helped me to be making a bunch of good old winning trades, as you can see right here on the trading journal. Right, so yeah, that's the performance for this month. This month we had about 6 wins and 2 losses. So that's about like a 60% win rate, which is honestly quite good for myself, because I'm used to having like a 50% to 40% win rate but having like a higher R multiple. So I think this month was honestly like a very decent month, and I'll take it. But yeah, I just wanted to like really explain to you that I'm not some god tier trader who win every single trade and have every single sniper entry in the playbook. No, I'm just an ordinary trader who still make mistakes. I still take bad entries sometimes. I still suffer emotion sometimes. But what I've done is that I've gained sufficient experience in the markets that prevent me from doing all these stupid common mistakes. And that only comes after a ton of reflection, after a ton of introspection, and really improving my trade plan and just continuously review my trading performance and thinking about ways on optimizing it. So with that said, if you're ready to start taking that first step and becoming serious about trading, don't waste years like I did trying to figure everything out by yourself, which is why I've put together a 58 minutes free trading masterclass to help you get started the right way. So you can just click the link in the description and you can just start your trading journey today. And as always, remember, you're just one trade away.